You know, if I hadn't already lived through this before, I would be a little bit calmer or a little bit more shocked. But this is exactly what happens. I try and explain this to people. I go like, when I said Trump was an African dictator, it feels like people only focus on the joke and they didn't ask themselves what that comes with, right? Because in Africa, that's what leaders do. This is how they go about dismantling the systems around them that they feel inhibit what they're trying to do, which is control everything with no accountability. My president, the parallels between my president, Jacob Zuma in South Africa, and Donald Trump are insane at this point. They both came in with charges of corruption against them, and, you know, Trump University and my president had like 780 charges of corruption against him, and, you know, sexual assault allegations, the same thing on my president's side. His family getting money from the business, you see it with the Kushners, you see it with Ivanka, you see it with Eric and Donald. Same thing on my president's side, his children were getting money because of their ties to the presidency. The one thing that was different was, I was like, oh, well, I mean, your guy hasn't fired the head of, and then that's what happened. Yeah, the only thing, the only upside is, like, at least Donald Trump fired Comey. My president, Jacob Zuma, the president of South Africa, he dismantled our FBI completely. He was just like, yeah, he's just like, this is literally what he said. He said, they're always investigating, so much investigating, like, let's do something else. And then he just shut the whole FBI down, and then it was just gone. It was just, which is the craziest thing ever. It was just like, yeah, they're gone. Our FBI, that was called the Scorpions. That's what they called them. They were called the Scorpions, and then they shut it down. And then people complained. And then, almost like he was patronizing about it, he was like, all right, we'll start a new one. He's like, we'll call it the Hawks. And I was like, we didn't care about the animal side of it. We cared about what it does. Hello? Mr. President, how are you? Yes, of course. Oh, you want me to let people know they can watch full episodes of The Daily Show for free anytime with the Comedy Central app or at thedailyshow.com? Yes, of course. Yes, I know I'm fake news. All right. Love you too. Bye-bye.